Good evening, guys, and welcome to Tuesday Night Racing here at LFR. Obviously, we're here at Baku, as we said last week, for round two, and I'm here, of course, again with Flea for the third time in a row, and yeah, we're just getting away with full qualifying at the minute. How you doing, Flea? You right?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be quite a good race, hopefully. Just hope not too many people crash up in turn 8 and castle section. It's a really
Yeah, it definitely is. We've seen a couple of guys come out. Dark Stomper is just starting to come out. The E Combo retired from the session. Quali ban. He has accumulated 15 or more points. He's accumulated 19 points, I think, in the first two races of the season. Obviously, the pre-season race at Spain, we had penalty points, no drivers or constructors points for that race, but we did obviously for the first round of Australia, obviously alongside penalty points also. So yeah, he's out of the session, so there is only 15, so we're not going to see anyone being knocked out. So this is technically just a practice session we're watching now, but we've got it's gonna be interesting to see what sort of times people are gonna put in, Lee. I think, especially with mixed blocks and back for the first official race of the year.
Yeah, he's been a bit of a dark horse lately, just out of nowhere, doing some quite good corners. So I'd say he's one to keep an eye on. Same with Taylor McKenzie. He proved to be quite a good race last week.
Yeah, he did.
Australia.
Yeah, he definitely did. He had a few good battles on track. We're looking at Dark Stomper, our driver of the week last week. Was close to the win. Obviously, Young Lights took the win last time out, but we did see Stomper battling through the field. So we're going to watch him do his first time lap. Lee, I think going with Dark Stomper would be a good idea. Even he's first guy on track, so it will be a most logical sense as well. So yeah, as we're just seeing now across the start finish into turn one, heavy braking zone, one of the heaviest braking zones of the year, and through turn one, short run to turn two, and then obviously the second of the two DRS zones on this circuit. Just going to see him prepare his line for the apex of turn three. Big lock up on the inside left tyre into turn four. This is the he's so close to the wall, and yeah, it's a very complex part of the track into the chicane in the middle of the lap. And now we're coming into the old part of the city, into the medieval old town, where they put this temporary tarmac down through this section. It's usually cobbled streets, and up the hill through, as Lee said earlier, turn 8 and through turn 8 to 10, I think, of the castle section. Might see a lot of incidents in qualifying and the race. Pretty good lap from Dark Stomper at the moment there, I think. A couple of little lock-ups, but is it echoey, is it, Lee?
Yeah, I was getting told it was echoing, but if that's sorted, could someone please comment and let me know?
Yeah, I'll just double check mine at the time being in. That's probably better. If someone could let us know if that's a bit better. I've turned my mic down as well, so I don't think they'll be able to hear Lee so much through my headphones. So yeah, Dark Stomper, intermediate tyres for Jerome. Absolutely bizarre. Yeah, we've got some comments coming in now, Lee.
Yeah, that's just trying to sort of my headset. Unfortunately, it's not the best. So
it should seem a little bit better now. Santi retired from the session, Lee. 5-place grid penalty causing a collision for Taylor McKenzie. Very strange.
I think Santi might have crashed on pit entry.
Very strange. So yeah, we're seeing some times rocking it at the minute. And we've got the new, we've got a new man in Ferrari taking the place of Mooman Graham, who left us a couple of races ago, and this is Avanash's friend, a South African colleague in the Ferrari. Othni, I think that would be right. Othni, and yeah, welcome to LFR Tuesday. Yeah, that's what I'm always scared of. But welcome to Tuesday night racing, and obviously representing the Ferrari team, along with his friend and teammates and countrymen.
Yeah, so
just watching Jerome here, Lee. He's just he's got the glitch at the minute. You know, the gearbox glitch.
oh, that's so annoying.
Yeah, so we're just seeing some guys coming into the pits, I think, now. I'm not 100 yet. He's just coming to pit. Late dive into the pit lane there, Lou. If anyone would like to let us know if what the weather's like for the race, would be good to know.
Well, by the looks of it, for qualifying at least, it looks like it might start raining a little.
Yeah, the weather is starting to change. Jerome has left the session. So yeah, sorry guys, you haven't really got too much to talk about at the minute. We're just waiting for Q2 to get started. We've got 10 minutes to go. Is the microphone better now, Lee?
I think so, yeah. It appears to be, but it's apparently I'm still quiet, so I turned it up a wee bit.
I'll have a quick look, shall I?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
better.
If you just carry on a second, Lee.
Oh yeah, I went and got it working, but just give me 2 minutes and I'll be back to you.
Yeah, that's definitely better now. And yeah, so we've got that sorted. We've got Veloose on an out lap, Lee, in the other Renault. Let's see what he can, what sort of times he can do in Q1. Santi's rejoined the session. Have you sent Jerome another invite, Lee?
Yeah, I done that. Yeah, he said in the comments he was using the intermediate tyres because he won't automatically get through and he will save a set of softs.
Very true. Smart thinking there.
Smart way of thinking.
Yeah, exactly what I thought. As we're seeing Veloose now coming around these tricky part of sector 1 with the Alfa Romeo getting firmly out the way. I'm assuming that was Beckett. Yeah, just coming into this castle section again, so tricky to get right, taking a lot of apex into the right hander up to turn 8. And being quite cautious. Obviously there's no need to be fully on the limit just yet. And obviously we've got the 2 Mercedes drivers this week, and they were both not present last week.
Yeah, well, it's good to see them back in the driver's seat. Hopefully they could have a good race.
Yeah, let's hope so, and get some good team points. for Mercedes, and we're just about to see Valouz come across the line, and he goes third fastest. It's quite a good time. A little bit off Dark Stomper at the minute. We're going to see if it's going to be a battle again between Dark Stomper and Young Light for pole position.
So yeah,
go on.
Oh no, I was just about to say. What do you say we talk about some of the track features?
Yeah, well, the castle section is definitely most iconic with the castle walls on the left-hand side up the hill in the so-called castle section. Obviously, you got the start-finish straight, which I think is from actually. Is it turn 17? I think it's turn 17, it's from 16 or 17, and all the way down to turn 1 now, as we're seeing Bredis finishing his lap, is 2 kilometres. So it is a huge distance from there to turn 1. That's why turn 1 is such a heavy braking zone. From that point, from this point onwards, it's about a kilometre. And so you do see a lot of good overtakes. We're seeing Bredis getting a toe off Delta there. That was interesting. He did move to the right. You right, Lenny?
That was weird. Yeah, it was a bit of lag there. I thought Brendis crashed there, but he didn't. It was just lag a little.
It didn't lag for me. It's no problem. We've got some. Looks like we've got Valouz out of fuel at the minute, Lee. At the end of sector 3, towards the end of sector 3. We've got some more guys retiring now. We're just going to get on with into.
Oh no! He's out. He's out. He's going to be starting 14th by the looks of things. Unfortunately.
Did he crash out? Did he into the pits?
Yep. Looks like he's going to have to go on a charge.
Oh dear. As we've got Avinash Schumann on and out lap. We still Mehi, as we were just about to talk about it, Mehi is just on his out lap, the last man to set a lap. So technically when these two guys are set a lap, we can, if they really wanted to, they could retire from the session. We could get on into Q2, where it will be a bit more pressure on their shoulders, though.
Yeah, well, we're going to have, I think Q2's going to be the crunch time. We're going to have to see how that goes.
Yeah, and see with tyre compounds, because of course in Q2, whatever tyre you set your fastest lap on in the top 10 is what you will start on in the race, either softs or mediums. You can't pick hards any longer, just the softs and the mediums in the top 10. So I'm guessing, especially from last night, we'll see a lot of medium choices, especially at the start of the session. But as we said, like Jerome, he's got an extra set, so he'll be able to do 2 runs on the softs in Q2 if he really wanted to, or keep a set for the race, of course.
I think that would be the wise choice, would be to keep a fresh set for the rest. But I'm not in his driver's seat, so I don't know what he's thinking. He might want to use them in qualifying.
Yeah, so I'm just with Avinash Handman at the moment, and just seeing how well he can do his teammate. He's in second place, the debutant, and he's having a pretty decent sector 1 at the moment. Really tricky chicane to get right there. It's funny, it was getting dark, but the weather seems like it's brightening up again now.
Yeah, it's getting a bit clearer.
And Avinash goes quite wide through the apex, and he's going to... Ooh! I'm very surprised he didn't validate there. And Jerome is now retired from the session. 2 minutes 40 on the clock left in Q1. as we're seeing Avinash come up to final braking zone of the lap. So we'll just see how he does now. He's just coming up towards the line, choosing to stick to the right hand side. Across the line, 11th place. I don't think he was pushing at all, really.
No, it's a wise choice. If you're guaranteed to go through, then it's best just to play it cautious, I would find.
Yeah, definitely. So Mahid is the last man to cross the line. Jerome, of course, is going to be the last man in the session, but it doesn't matter because he's already through to Q2. Mahid's 140.7 goes deep into turn 1, and he's able to get the car turned. Just nice little drift there onto the course again. Dark Stomper retiring from the session. I can see this happening from everyone now, as there's no need to carry on. 15 comments there, it's all lighting up at the minute.
Yeah, I think that's everybody's just going to be retiring now, and hopefully we could get on with Q2 a little quicker.
So yeah, we're just waiting for these guys to start retiring. We've got Mahid, who's got to come into the pits first before he can retire. He's still got half a lap to go. So they're all retiring now, so we will, I'm guessing we will just be waiting for Mahid to come into the pits.
Yeah, just waiting on that.
Just had a little look through the comments, it's mostly you and Meg.
Yeah.
As we see Mahid coming into the pit, and we've got Avinash still out actually, sorry. So I don't know, he must have gone for another lap for some reason. But the clock is now turned 0, we're going to get into Q2 in just a second.
I don't think he realises that he's through and everything's fine now. Ooh.
He don't want to go taking himself out.
I have previously done that, to be honest. And
yeah,
I was kicking myself for it, to be honest. So, yeah, you want to be careful.
You do want to be careful, definitely. So we're just waiting for Avinash. I presume he's probably going to come into pits, but he should just cross the line. And he's going to come into the pits.
Maybe just trying to get them a little bit of scrum, just so they could warm up quicker. Because I do know for a fact that trying to get your tyres warmed up here is a bit of a nightmare.
It is indeed, actually, and this track is certainly very hard on the rears as well.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, we're just waiting now. We have got a minute on the clock, but I don't think we'll be waiting that long. No, and there we go. So yeah, this is the end of Q1. We've actually had a few people been knocked out, apart from Iggy Combo. So we're only going to have 13 in Q2. Iggy Combo is out with a qualifying ban, so he's starting from the grid, starting from the back of the grid. But it's not such a bad day for Iggy, I suppose, because there's only 16 on the grid today, so it's not such a hard punishment. Judge Santi is also out, not setting a time. Valouz, crashing out, is starting 14th and is not able to take part in the next qualifying session. So that is a surprise, Lee, about the fact that there's not going to be 15 in Q2.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess around, to be honest, but hey oh, it's one of these things you've got to expect sometimes.
So we're just waiting now. We don't know. We thought there could have been some rain coming in, but it doesn't look like there is. So now we're into Q2. 15 minutes in this session. So we're just going to see who will come out first. And I think there's a Red Bull inside the pits. I think that's Delta and Racing Point. So
Oh no, it's a Mercedes, I think it's
oh
Prix.
yes, it is a Mercedes. No, it's Vike de Laaf. He almost scrapes the wall, does Vike de Laaf, coming down towards turn 3. Needs to be careful warning off his tyres. It isn't the...
If you bear with me for a couple of moments, I'll be back.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, we're with Vike de Laaf at the minute, coming round the chicane at the start of sector 2. And yeah, everyone's starting to come out now. Everyone who is out, I think, apart from Bredis and Delta, are all on mediums, so they're just going straight for the softs. They're not messing around, and they're going to see how they get on. So as I said, only 13 in this Q2 session, not the usual 15, because of a few people crashing out, and then having 16 starting the race at all. Ferrari of Avanash has had a incident, so I'm not sure if he's got any wing damage. No, he doesn't, so that's not too much of an issue. So let's just see who's starting the lap first. I think it's H. Bosworth, so we'll stick with him for the time being. Oh, no, sorry, it's Vike de Laaf who's the first man to set a lap, so we'll stick with Vike de Laaf for the minute on the medium tyres. So he's now coming down towards turn 3. And F1, real life F1 drivers have said this sector 1 is almost like driving in a cage. It's very tight, twisty, and narrow walls, and you're almost going back on yourself all the time. It does feel like you're almost in a cage to some extent, and you really can't put a foot wrong, especially through this old town section coming up towards the castle on the left hand side. Make sure not to hit that wall on the outside, and nicely clip the apex. Try and run as much speed through this corner as you can, get on power as early as you can, because this is quite a long flat out section. It isn't a straight, but it is a flat out section. Into this braking, they're braking about now, and down about 3 or 4 gears into third, up to second, short shifting quickly to minimise wheel spin, and round into turn 16. And now just full throttle all the way to the line. I think it's preferable to stick to the left hand side once you come around this corner, because you're closer to the line, but some people choose the right or the left. I don't think it makes too much of a difference, but we're just going to see what Veit can do. We ran on board with him for that whole lap. And 40.5, not a bad time actually on the medium compound of tyre. Where's Bosworth going to come? He's the next man, I think. So Bredis is next man, 2 Mercedes. He's behind his teammate only by a couple of thousandths of a second, but he is on another compound of tyre. Taylor Mackenzie is in third place in the Haas, but he has got that grid penalty to serve. X-Ray Delta on the soft tyres is got into pole position for this session, or should I say first place, with a 40.3 201 for Bosworth. I think he made some big mistakes, but he's going again. He has the fuel.
And I am back.
Nice to have you. Yeah, we've had a few times on the board now, Lee. We've had 7 times, shall we say now, with Dark Stomper 38.7 on the soft tyres. And he's not mucking about, Lee. He's just going straight for the softs. I know what everyone else is going to do at the end of the session, so I'm going to just do it right now.
Yeah.
Mixed Boxing is on his lap, and he wasn't here last week, so we'll see if he can challenge the top 2. Got to take these corners as easily as you can, not to scrub off too much speed. Waiting for the DRS there at least, and let the speed climb up to around 210 miles an hour when you hit the brakes. 42.6 for Mixed Bloxham. That's I think he's got a lot more than that in his pocket, to be honest. I'm a bit surprised at that. Stupacar is in 5th place. Still got 3 guys not settled up. We'll stay with the race winner last time out, Young Lights, in the Alfa Romeo.
So apparently Dark Stomper doesn't have a full set of mediums.
Doesn't have them?
Nope. So that's a little worrying. So that'd be why he's just went straight for the softs.
Yeah, it probably is. And Jerome, I think he's pulled a blinder here because he's getting a toe now off Avanash Human, and he's gonna smash his time. I don't think he's going to be able to beat it with this toe he's getting there. Well, the Ferrari man has definitely helped him. Second place, 39.4. He's still quite a way off first place, but it's that is a hell of a lap by Jerome there. His teammate Beckett invalidated, so he's just coming back into the pits. The debutante Othny and Doiji is joined. Just take over for a second there. I'm just doing something in a second. I'm just with the Ferrari driver. He's just been held up massively with Taylor Mackenzie on in AI mode.
Yeah, I think who was that other driver there?
Oh, not too sure, but often he's not going to be happy about that. Average Human has left the session.
was here, but what of them is out of the field at the moment. He's trying to get back to the pack now. Who else is on an out lap? Taylor McKenzie's just started his lap at the moment. So we're going to ride on board as he runs round turn 2, hits it nice and clean, gets from the power. Oh right there, she got some damage it appears, is he? No, he's fine. He just missed that apex just slightly. Turn 4. Hopping over the curb at turn 6, you don't really want to be doing that. It could unsettle the car. Nice and smooth going through the castle section. Right, that'll be a thing coming out. Oh, he scraped the wall a little. Coming into the last braking zone of the track. This is him flat out to the end of the lap. Let's see where this lap is going to put him on these mediums. Oh, he's entering the pits. Yeah, he must realise he's not got time to go and set another lap, so he'll be able to jump to the softs by the looks of things. On board with Beckett now. He's coming up to turn 7, way to start into the castle section. Nice and clean. Getting right close to them walls there. The problem I find with a lot of these corners is that you can't really hit the apex as much as you want to, with the curve being a little higher than you would expect, so it unsettles the car. As you see, Beckett goes up to P8 on the soft with a 141.2, just ahead of Mahid. What's that name? Who is in 9th place on the mediums with a 141.3. Taylor McKenzie, he's the only person out on a lap. On H. Bosworth as well. Everybody else seems quite content with their lap time. Let's see, is H. Bosworth going to manage to get him improve? He does, he goes fourth fastest with 140.470. Now that puts Mahid right on the cusp. As Taylor McKenzie is running, coming up to the final turn now. Straight flat out, straight to the line. Is he going to manage to get into the top 10? By the looks of it, he is going to... Oh, let's see, what time does he put in, because that just went through. He manages to get 8th place. So as we see there from the end of Q2, it is Dark Stomper in first place on the softs. We've got Young Lights on the mediums. In second place X-Ray Delta and H. Bosworth third and fourth on the softs. Vike Delaf on the mediums in fifth. Sixth, Brendis on softs. Bloxham on the mediums. In seventh, eighth, ninth and tenth on the softs. Taylor McKenzie, Stovecat and Beckett, who didn't make it through unfortunately. Mahida, Avinash and Osinel. Please tell me I'm not butchering that name. If I am, I do apologise. So it's been quite an interesting one, as we jump straight to the big showdown now for who gets pole position. Let's see who's going to be coming out of their pit boxes first. Oh, it's Young Lights who is first out of the pits. He's trying to get his softs warm as much as he could, same as Dark Stomper, he is already out. Now these two have been proven to be battling quite hard with each other on track. I think we've got a bit of a rivalry going on between them, as they are both quite similar pace if I'm being honest. So we're going to have to have a wee watch and see how things go between these two drivers. Only people we're waiting on is Beckett and Brendis to come out. Oh no, Brendis is out now.
Sorry mate, I've been trying to deal with an issue.
Yeah, it's no worries man.
Just take it over a sec, mate. I'll listen to you to change the people. Just trying to sort something out.
Yeah, so I'm riding on board with Dark Stomper right now, as he's going around the way to start his flying lap, first flying lap in Q3. Around turn one, nice swing left. locks up slightly going into 2. That's alright. Nothing that's going to affect him too much. Oh, and he bumps it into the castle section. Unfortunately, that may... Has he got... Yeah, he's banged the end plate off the front wing on the right hand side, unfortunately. So by the looks of it, he might want to come back into the pits as soon as possible to try and may get back out in time for another lap. For another 2 laps, but it will be tight. Yeah, he's coming into the pits, so let's see what time Young Lights manages to set. So he comes across the line, he sets a 1:38 flat. What a stonker of a lap. Vike the lap sets one in second place, 8/10 off the pace and a 1:38.8. X-Ray Delta with a 1:40.9 goes third. Stovka with a 1:44.2 on mediums. Mix Blocks on 1:39.1 in third place. You see Beckett, he's just starting his lap, so we'll just ride on board with him for a moment. And Beckett coming around turn 2. Oh, to see Beckett messes it up at the chicane, unfortunately. It has been known that it is one of the toughest corners on the track, on the calendar, sorry. Which is... It was actually a lot worse before when this track first came onto the calendar with, unfortunately, it was a lot narrower until it got widened. I think it was a year or 2 later it got widened as it was really, really narrow going through there. I'm riding on board with H. Bosworth at the moment. He gets through nice and cleanly. Let's see where H. Bosworth goes. He goes 4th fastest with a 1:40.0. And not the right time, but that still puts him 9/10 off or the place ahead of him, unfortunately. See Taylor Mackenzie, he's on his lap now, coming around turn 3 into turn 4. Just taking a little bit too much apex there, unsettling the car a little. Let's see, where is this time going to end up putting Taylor? As he comes across the line, puts him 5th with a 140.424. I'm on board with Dark Stomper right now as he's coming around turn 7 away to enter into the castle chicane. Well, castle section, sorry. Goes through there nice and smooth. No signs of hesitation or anything like that up to now. He's flat out now for the next 2 kilometres. Is he going to manage to steal this pole position away from Young Lights again and get up there into 1st place? And he does it by 2/10, just under 2/10. So then that's 137.892. What a lap, I've got to say.
Well, fair play, Lee, that was a good lap. I'm sorry guys, I'm back now. Sorry, I've been really quiet for quite a while.
No worries. Let's see who's next to fit this. Who I think it's just Mixed Bloxham and Young Lights on a lap now. Mixed Bloxham's going to be coming across the line first. Let's see. Are you with me still, Joe?
Yeah, sorry.
So, yeah, Mixed Bloxham flat out now for the next 2,000 metres here, or 2 kilometres. Let's see how. Let's see where this is going to put him as he can improve on his 139.1. And he does, that puts him to 3rd. Now is Jerome Young Lights, sorry, going to manage to steal 1st place back?
He does!
He does! By 3/10. What a lap. What a lap. Fair play.
Yeah, and there's no more time remaining, is there? That's the end of the session.
That's it. So it's going to be Young Lights in 1st place, Dark Stomper 2nd, Mixed Bloxham in 3rd, Vike Delaf in 4th, H-Boss in 5th. I didn't get the rest, but I'll need to get it in a second. So see, it's Taylor, Mackenzie, Farhas in the 6th place, Brendis in 7th, X-Ray Delta in 8th, Stovecut on the mediums. That's a weird one.
That's very strange. I was wondering then what session we were in. 45 comments, Lee. Sorry to cut you in.
Oh, that's no worries. But yeah, appeared that Dark Stomper made a mess up on his first lap and going through Castle section, and he had to redo a lap because he had a broken end plate. Doing another lap, unfortunately, so it was basically a one-shot for him.
Oh dear. Well, we're about to get underway in a second. I don't know if it's going to be a dry or a wet race. We didn't get any confirmation, did we, Lee?
No, we didn't, unfortunately. But by the looks of it, it's going to be dry.
Let's just hope this session does get...
Young Likes has just confirmed that it's a dry race.
Ah, so same as yesterday.
Thank you for that.
So we will have 17 drivers. Doiji has joined late.
I think he may be in a different car.
Yeah, he should be in the McLaren, but he may, as I said, he may be in a different
I think
car.
it'll be a Red Bull he's in, just with him just joining.
63 comments, Lee. Is this you?
Nope, I'm just reading them all.
Who is it?
A lot of people.
Is it?
Yep. Right. Ooh.
And we're just going to get ready in a second to see them get away on that formation lap. So obviously Dark Stomper's on the soft tyres, so Jerome is going to have to be keeping an eye out on him, I suppose, Lee.
Yeah, it's by the looks of it, he's going to get let's see, so this is quite an interesting strategy.
It is indeed.
So we've got Avanash in 12th, Ayub, Judge Santi and Iggy Combo in 14th, 15th and 16th, all on the hard tyres. We've got Othenal. Well, unfortunately he's not going to get them hard tyres warmed up. We've got his teammate Othenal in 13th.
He's been disqualified. Very strange. Unbelief. Very strange.
So, yeah, in the top 10. Oh
dear.
How many?
What's going on?
I have no idea, but I just noticed something, or am I just seeing things? Is that the mediums Mahid's on, or the hards?
Hard.
He's in 10th. How is that?
Yeah, Taylor Mackenzie had a qualifying ban. And I've got a horrible feeling now, Lee, that the lobby's going to glitch, because...
please don't say that.
Austin, he's just joined back right at the start of the race.
Don't say that, please.
What's Taylor Mackenzie doing? This is disappointing, guys. I do have to say. Well, we will see if we can get underway. As we do, yeah, we see Doiji in an Alpha Tauri, which he's supposed to be in a McLaren. So just remember that. Let's just hope we can get underway. Oh, we are.
Yep. So the distance here is 300
I'm
meters.
not sure
to
if
turn
it's
one.
going to be right. Not just yet. We're away
Oh, here we go.
in round 2 of Azerbaijan in Tuesday night racing, and Dark Stomper has taken the lead off Jerome. Down towards turn 2 they go, and he's looking on the inside, and they've already made a little bit of a gap. There's some guys been spun round. Avanash, Mahid, Bennett have all been in a collision together, and they've all got to be careful. Virtual safety car has been deployed. And Othney is out of the session because I don't think he was able to start his car for some reason. There's a bit of a collision at the back there. I wasn't able to catch it.
No, apparently, Mahdi's, or Mahid, sorry, said his game is completely glitched, unfortunately. Well, I think he's just been disqualified, unfortunately. So him joining back is unfortunate.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to take part in the session. We've gone green once again, and Jerome is right on the gearbox of Dark Stomper. Veloose is having, there's a bit of a battle here in the midfield, Lee. 4 drivers, H. Bosworth is fighting him out with Doiji, and Mahid is retired from the session also. So we're already down to 15 drivers in the session. I'm not 100% sure. Where that incident was, so
I think it might have been just at the castle there, but
yeah, just take over for a second, mate.
Yeah, no worries. Avanash and H. Bosworth will be away to come into the pits. By the looks of things, with the front wing damage, as you see Brendis, he's in there also with front wing damage. Let's see, is there any... I wonder if Dark Stormer's going to want to create a second gap before turn 2, well just after turn 1, next lap, so Jerome can't get any of the DRS. He's already fluctuating roughly around 0.7 of a second. Does you see Victor making a move? No, he's not. Oh, it's a safety car. What has caused that safety car?
I'm not 100% sure.
It doesn't appear to be anything for some reason.
That is very strange, but yeah, safety car deployed. Dark Stomper is in the lead, as he was last week. Same tyres as they both were on last week.
Yeah, I think he may be coming into the pits, is he? Yeah, he's coming into the pits, he's getting off them softs immediately.
I thought he was going to be speeding then, he looked like he was coming in a hell of a speed. And Strange mixed box him into the pits on those medium tyres, very odd.
Dark Stomper going on the hard compound.
A load of guys in the pits. The pit lane is very busy, as we're seeing. Delta.
Sorry, Mixed Bloxham had wing damage, unfortunately.
Ah, I see. Yeah, wing damage for Veloose as well, and he's just having a new wing.
And Doiji as well, he had front wing damage also. Remember, the fact he is actually a McLaren driver, not an Alpha Tauri driver today. Sorry, other way about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great start from Iggy Combo, up to 5th place now with his qualifying ban, starting him in 16th.
Come on, just go deep. Just go, come on. Yeah. Thank God. He went a bit too far going into the... had to go into the runoff area at turn 2. He was got to reverse back on track, but he managed to keep it and not get disqualified this time. Which is, I've got to say, is a bit of a bugger with this game sometimes. You're trying to sort your car out on track and then it automatically just gives you a disqualification when you drive half a metre in the wrong direction, which is frustrating for some.
Yeah, it definitely is frustrating. Oh my days, Beckett, big lock up under the safety car, almost hit the wall.
Oh, you don't want to be doing that.
And so I think we've got one more lap of this safety car until we get back underway again.
Yeah, so Beckett's just about to come into turn 1 now and catch up to the safety car and the pack. The back of the pack just coming out of turn 2 now, so yeah, it should be in this lap hopefully, and then we can get back to racing, get back to full speed. Thanks, players. So yeah, why don't we go through the grid order for the time being? So
yeah, definitely. So we'll just see the positions that everyone have changed. No points as of yet. So yeah, 12 points, 12 positions for Judge Santi at the minute. They up into 3rd place. I didn't even notice that.
Right there, position change. There we go. And then Iggy Combo, he has made an excellent comeback. From starting from the very back of the grid, he's up 5th place, up 11 places already.
Yeah,
so he is
qualifying ban was not a problem for him. He just had to sit there and relax for 45 minutes. But he does have to start keeping it very clean because he isn't a million miles away from getting a race ban, which is 30 points. Safety car in this lap anyway, and Jerome Young Lights is going to be the lead man now and dictating the pace away from Veit de Laaf in the Mercedes. We'll see how he gets on with his restart, both on medium tyres. Judd is just behind. Dark Stomper obviously has pitted and he's come out in 4thly. Hard tyres. So
yeah,
he goes to the softs at the end.
Yeah, I mean he's got a spare set if I remember right. So.
And we're going.
Easy.
Sorry, Lee.
Oh, it's no worries.
And he's moving all over his Jerome, trying to break the toe. As there only moves down towards turn 1. Blue standing, Dark Stomper, sorry, down the inside of Judge Santi into turn number 1. And he's made the move, and now he's going to hunt down Veit de Laaf in the Mercedes. And Stuvacar is a big crash. Mix blocks him. Then the Renault of Velouse. Not 100% sure what happened there. H. Bosworth and Bredis standing inside of H. Bosworth. Mercedes versus pink Mercedes. and the Mercedes has come out on top, and Iggy down to 7th now, fighting away. Looks like with his teammate X-Ray Delta and Stuvakar are fighting with him right on his gearbox at the minute, and all these guys, they're all coming flying through into the old part of the town, and they're very close, this midfield pack at the minute.
Yeah, well, Dark Stomper managed to make up a place, and I just noticed there, up to 3rd, so he is still chasing that win on them hearts.
He is indeed. He might be able to go to the very end. I think it'll be a bit of a stretch, but it's definitely a possibility. Taylor is overtaking Iggy Combo. I think Iggy's made a mistake, and he's got Bredis behind him now as well, and I think he's going to be vulnerable to that. He's moved down to 8th place. He had a great start, but he's lost a few places after the start of the safety car. Bredis is going to be squeezed against the wall, but he gets through and makes the move. Well, I'm not too sure. We've got H. Bosworth as well, looking like he's going to... Oh, there was a bit of a move from Bredis there, and that was a little bit dangerous. And he's going to go down the inside of Taylor, and he just gives him enough space. He does go wide on exit.
I've got to say, luckily I've got my huggies on.
That was a bit close for comfort. I do have to say, H. Bosworth and Taylor fighting now, and I think Bosworth's going to have the position. Or not. Taylor breaks a little bit later. Last of the late breakers between the two of them, and there's a load of guys coming up behind them. This is a real scrap for the midfield pack here. Stuvakar and Judge Santi. Judge Santi's now starting to fall back on those hard tyres, but Stuvakar's brand new set of almost got a brand new set of medium tyres to fight Judge with, so looks like it could be no contest. Dark Stomper is still fighting with Fight to Laugh, and Jerome is Young Lights is starting to get away from Fight to Laugh, and Dark Stomper is going to be wanting to make
as Avanash manages to make up on Iggy Combo's mistake there, coming out of the castle section. He gets a little bit of kick.
And Beckett as well. He was looking to go down the inside of Iggy Combo, but he doesn't make the move. Doji is retired from the session.
Oh, that's unfortunate. After all the problems he was having trying to get into the race with his console overheating and that, which is unfortunate. As I see, Young Lights puts in the fastest lap at the moment at 1:43.4. As I see, Stovecar's managed to make up that place on Judge Santi.
And there is a battle here. Yeah, Bredis is about to go down the inside of X-Ray Tower. He does break late into turn 2, and he's squeezed against the wall. It is a hard place to make a move there in this space on the outside, and I think Delta should have just backed out of that a little bit. So it's definitely a bit of a close battle in the midfield. Dark Stomper is right on the back now of Fight to Laugh, and I think DRS is now enabled, isn't it, Lee?
I'm not sure. I think it's next lap.
I think it's, well, we'll be finding out in a minute. Two big lockups from Fight to Laugh and Dark Stomper. Iggy Combo is now in last place, Lee.
Yeah, the restart hasn't been king to him, to be honest. But as you see, Bredis is right on the tail of Judge Santi. But it looks like
Dark Stomper is right on the back of Fight to Laugh, Lee. And DRS is enabled. And I think he's going to have a go for the second.
Bredis has made a move on Santi.
He has, and so is Dark Stomper, and he's going to try and fight to catch up with Jerome. I keep saying that. Young Lights, it is his name. Just so used to normally saying it. And H. Bosworth has had to pit and it's going to be right at the back of the field, but we have got this really close battle in the midfield. And Mixed Boxing is very close to Valoose at the minute, Lee, and Avanash is very close to Taylor McKenzie as well. And Bite the Laugh, if he's going to have any chance, he needs to keep up with Dark Stomper and try and keep in that DRS to even try and pull him along just a little bit. But this midfield, Lee, is super close at the minute.
Yeah, they are. It's
and Beckett has made a mistake, and it looks like Mixed Boxing's going to capitalise on that mistake as well, which he does. A nice move down the inside.
It's quite a hard overtaking place there, but with Beckett, bloody hell, I'm making the same mistake you did. With Beckett making the mistake, it proved to be quite easy for Mixed Boxing.
Well, Lee, this is exciting. All the way from 5th place down to Avanash. They're all going to be fighting here, Lee. This looks amazing. Santi is already overtaken by Bluff, and he's the only one without DRS, I think. So he's vulnerable. Delta is going through also. Taylor McKenzie and Stuvakar is into the pits. Avanash is coming into turn 1, got the gearbox.
Oh, and Delta's around. Delta's spun. Delta and Santi had a small coming together, and it just proved just enough to spin Delta around, unfortunately.
That is
Because Delta's managed to be overtook that Eddie combo as well, and that puts him down to 12th place.
Yeah, he's got front wing damage as well, and I think he's probably going to have to pit. Oh, he goes down the inside, but he's going to have to brake early because of that wing damage, and he does make the move. Stuvakar has come out just behind H. Bosworth, so there is a little bit of a pack at the back as well. Dark Stomper still not yet within touching distance. I think he can see him just in the very distance, so it might give him a little bit of hope. But these hard tyres will take a good few laps to become the prime of the 2 tyres.
Yeah, I think the mediums could last about, I think it's about 15 laps, maybe a wee bit less. I think that's if you're stretching them, so they've still got a small bit to go. So I reckon it's going to be, a few people are going to be going onto the softs near the end.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that myself. Like the last fastest lap, he's got in touching distance of Dark Stomper. He needs to get a move on with this. And just saying that, I think we're going to have some overtakes coming out, Lee, with Avanash going for a move on Taylor Bredis into the pits. Avanash up to 6th, and he's dropping down the order. He's got a front wing damage, I think. Yes, he does. So he's into the pits at the moment. And Valoose is on the back of Taylor McKenzie as well. As we said, one of the best races from last week. Is he going to put up any sort of defence against Valoose? And he didn't brake early enough. I don't know what Taylor was doing there. I think Taylor's going to have a go at fighting back here, Lee. But maybe, oh, he's looking down the inside. Bit of a touch there. Need to be careful.
Yeah, this isn't really an overtaking section. It's too narrow, to be honest.
It is, yeah. This is more of a follow and wait. The problem with some of these tracks nowadays is they're getting so close to that outside wall there. That is the killer bit of the wall. The I am stupid wall, I guess.
Made famous by Charles Leclerc.
I named this wall now open.
Honestly, I thought it was quite silly when this track first came into the calendar. It was even more narrow than what it is now.
Yeah, it was a little bit, but the cars were narrower as well, though. So I bet it was the same, spatial distance as it is now, probably.
Fair play, yeah.
Because the cars are a bit shorter, but Mackenzie is being overtaken by Mick Bloxham, and he wasn't able to hold on to that 7th position. Comes into the pits really late. He's a bit late into the first part of the chicane into the pit lane, and Delta into the pits as well. I think he got wing damage the last lap. Iggy now back up to 10th. Bledis is coming down the start finish straight at the moment.
You see Dark Stompers managing to maintain that gap up to Young Lights. Not getting any bigger or smaller at the moment.
But he has got Vike the Laugh right behind him.
Yeah.
The top 3 have most certainly pulled away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, they have, like...
So, we have got Stuvicar and Taylor quite close together at the moment, as well as Avanash. We'll keep an eye on that one as well. As we said before, this middle part of the lap is definitely not an overtaking opportunity.
The same with Vika and Dark Stomper. Yeah, so we've got a comment here. Somebody thinking it's going to be a close finish for the win, you think?
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I've actually, just embarrassingly, I've just had a little bit of a water spillage accident. So just don't mind me a second. I just had a glass of water which I just decided to spill over.
Oh, as we see, Avanash makes a move on Judge Santi. Going down the second DRS straight. Makes it nice and cleanly. Beginning to be quite close between 4th place and 6th place at the moment.
Sorted it out now, that's not a problem. So sorry, we are back. If you haven't seen the action for the last couple of seconds, I do apologise. So, getting back to it, Taylor Mackenzie is right on the back of Stuvicar still and struggling with the dirty air behind him, but I think just because they're coming onto that straight, I think Valoose will be having a pop at Santi in just a second. And what do we think, Lee, down the inside?
Yeah, it's looking like it. No, not yet, not yet.
Not
Next
yet.
straight.
And Bite the Laugh, it's just lost the position to Avanash. Where's Avanash come from? There's been pit stops, hasn't there? Bite the Laugh has pitted.
Yeah, I think, as we see it, Ayub makes a move on Santi.
He does lock up. But Santi's going to come back. And he's not able to, and he just cuts him off into turn 4 as we come down towards turn 5 with the Alpha Tauri driver with the Renault just ahead. Mick Bloxham just behind in the McLaren, this 3-car train. Well, actually almost a 4-car train soon, because Beckett is going to be getting involved in this very shortly if he can just make up a little bit of time. Vike the Laugh is right behind Avish Human at the moment.
I've got to say, Avanash has been doing a really good race up to now.
He has made some places. Taylor still behind Stuvicar, Lee. Stuvicar's been holding up a defence for a non-points position, so fair play to Stuvicar. with Iggy, his teammate, just ahead of him now in 10th place, and you can see the Mercedes of Brendis just ahead of him, and yeah, then there's a little bit of a battle with Mix Bloxham and Santi just about to happen. Avanash has been overtaken by Fight the Laugh. We've just seen that in the closing stages, and I don't think there was anything Avanash could do. Pit lane open for the medium compound tyres, so Fight the Laugh did pit a little early, and that gap I think is just starting to, and X-Ray Delta has got past Stuvacar, who's had an incident.
He's got damage on his front right hand side of his wing.
He does, and Santi and Mix Bloxham are fighting, and Mix Bloxham has come out on top in that one with a knockout blow at turn 3, and is now moved up into 6th. X-Ray Delta has overtaken Taylor McKenzie because he is in the pits. I'm guessing he's had an incident with Stuvacar, and they're both into the pits. Bosworth is now through and up into 12th place, and Taylor is just coming out of the pit, so I'm sure they'll be able to catch him up very, very soon. And 3.2 is still the gap to first place. Avanash is still in DRS range of Fight the Laugh at the minute, and Beckett is closed in on Judge Santi, so there is a couple of 1v1s at the minute.
As we see, Young Lights has just came into the pits.
He has, so he'll be going on to the hard tyres. I think the softs will be a bit of a stretch, yet hard tyres going on.
Yep.
Until the end of this race. So this is crucial now for Dark Stomper. He needs to put in 2 or 3 really serious laps, and the thing is, Lee, is he's going to go on to the soft tyres, is my guess.
Yeah, and well, the time roughly is about just over 20 seconds for a pit stop, so it's a tough one to call.
I think it's going to be very close between Bredis, Lee, and it is an Avanash, and Bredis just comes out ahead of Avanash into P7. So 14 seconds now, Lee, is the gap to Dark Stomper. 13 now, coming into the high 13s at the minute. And so we're just going to see what Stomper can do. I'm guessing he's going to come in around lap 18 or 19 there if he's got a fresh set of softs.
About that, yeah, but it's looking like Young Lights is gaining on him at the moment, so...
But softs versus hards in a couple of laps, I think that'll be no contest, even with 5 or 6 second cushion.
Yeah, true. But remember, it is hard to overtake here unless you're...
Is it?
Unless it's the straights we're on about. But other than the DRS sections, it's not really much place that you could overtake, unfortunately. But we'll have to just wait and see how things are going. Up to now, it's just Iggy Combo that's still to pit. He's been out on them hards from the start, so he might actually just jump to the softs in a couple of laps.
Yeah, that would be his best option. Beckett is close behind Mix Bloxham at the moment, and Bredis is a little way back from there, and Avashunan is starting to catch up to Bredis ahead. As I said, Iggy Combo still has not pitted, and he'll come out in front of H. Bosworth in 11th, I think, so he's still got a chance of getting a point on the board at least, which would be a good result starting from back of the grid. Yeah, Beckett still within that DRS window in the middle section of the lap. He needs to keep it close to have a chance of getting him into turn 1 or turn 3. 12.9 seconds is now the gap to the leader, and when are we going to see him pit there? I think it's probably going to be maybe next lap or the lap after, because that clock is coming down which can make a driver quite anxious, really. Even if you know you've got a couple of laps until you should be pitting, it sometimes makes people pit just a little bit earlier.
Yeah, it was on. It's been about, what I think it's about 2 seconds he's managed to knock off in the past couple of laps.
Yeah, it's about that. Becketley, 6/10 behind Mix Bloxham at the moment. Young Light's fastest lap. He's not messing around now. He's trying to get the hurry on, and we'll see if Beckett's got enough in the tank to have a go.
I think he might be waiting.
Oh, very close. But he wasn't using any battery at all. And Mix Bloxham hasn't got any whatsoever. He's in the red zone for battery, and Beckett has got about, it looks about 20% or so. He's just biding his time with Mix Bloxham, I think, at the minute. Dark Stomper still hasn't pitted yet. He might pit in a second. Beckett still very close behind, right on the gearbox of the American driver driving for McLaren, with him coming through this tight, twisty part of the Baku Street circuit. I think Stomper should be pitting this lap. He's still not pitting, Lee. Here's a thought, Lee. Could he be trying to go to the end?
I was thinking that just as you said that there, to be honest. Maybe. You could actually do that, I would say.
But is he going to be caught up in that time, is the question.
That's a tough one.
Of course, if there's a VSC or a safety car, and he's well, especially with the VSC, if he's anywhere close to the pit lane, he'll be laughing, because he may only come out just behind Joe under a VSC, and he will easily...
so Beckett there having a wee quick look on the inside there into turn 1.
I think he's definitely going to have a go this time. He's very, very close. Fight to laugh! Has left the session, Lee.
On it.
Well then, with Beckett still not having a look. Bredis has retired from the session, Lee. X-Ray Delta has retired from the session. And Taylor McKenzie.
We'll just stop.
Well, the prayers were answered, I suppose, Lee.
No way. And he's actually just coming down the start finish straight now.
He is, so I don't know what's happened with X-Ray and Bredis. I'm really not sure. Yeah, we'll get back to you potentially with some information. Would you maybe try and ask one of the guys what happened?
Yep. As
we're seeing Dark Stomper coming into the pits, and let me guess, for soft tyres. Young Lights coming into the pits, let me guess, for soft tyres. And I think that's what everyone is going to be doing in a few moments' time. So we're just waiting for some of these guys to come out, and Vite the Laugh has stayed out, but I don't think he's in the session at the minute. Yeah, Jerome, for some reason, is trying to overtake under the safety car. So the stewards are going to have a look at that. as that is a very serious offence. That's right, Jerome is now given the position back because we don't know if Fight to Laugh is going to come into the pits. I'll try and give him an invite, Lee. Have you given him one?
To Vic? Yeah.
You already have you?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just seeing. I don't know if Bike to Laugh is back in the session yet. We've only got 11 drivers left in this session.
That says he's still in, but I've got to go left apparently.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens next, Lee. Well, I'm assuming it will come in probably at the end of this lap, would be my guess.
Maybe we'll need to just wait and find out and see. Hopefully then we get a bit more, a bit of action.
Have you know? I only noticed this with commentary recently, Dave. Have you noticed that there's actually like tyre marks that go onto the curbs now throughout the race?
Yeah?
If you look on board, you don't really notice it when you're racing because it's not something you would concentrate on.
Oh yeah.
But if you have a look, there's actually rubber marks over the curbs, and it's not like that at the start of the race. Nice little feature. Bite the Laugh has joined, and hopefully he'll be able to get back into his car. He's on the hard tyres, unfortunately, but they are fresh hard tyres, so there's no need for him to pit, I wouldn't say. I think he's just staying out now. And Bite to Laugh has just hit the back of Dark Stomper. That's absolutely ruined his chances now. No idea what happened there exactly. No penalties for either of them though, so that's good. No penalties at all, actually, from any driver at the moment.
Yeah, that's actually quite surprising, to be honest. Let's just fingers crossed it stays that way.
And I think Bite to Laugh will now pit, because he did get that wing damage, I think, going on the softs. And I don't think, if he gets a wriggle on, he's not going to come out in last place either.
Yeah, so we've got a few comments here. So apparently, X-Jam want to see if Dark Stomper could make it to the end on the hards.
Oh, freedom.
Yeah. Apparently with Young Lights it said that it told him to pass, and he told him to pass Vike.
Oh, he shouldn't have done. But anyway, he's in second now anyway, so it doesn't make a difference.
Whereas Vike, oh, he's
10th place. Yeah, he's still in the points, and there will be a few laps. Safety car will be in this lap. That is definitely for sure now, and this is going to be a two-way fight for the win. With Avanash now in thirdly.
Yeah, on slightly lower than mediums, but the good sign about that is they'll heat up quite quick compared to the fresher softs, I would say. So that's everybody caught up to the park right now, so...
Yeah, and we're going to have 5 laps to go, Lee, when we cross the line. So we're going to have 2.5 laps of DRS at the end of this race. So this is going to be very interesting. This is a quick 5-lap race now, if you think about it. And I'm sure we're going to see those lights on that safety car go out any moment now. Which they do. So Dark Stomper now has the pace of the entire grid, and it's his go ahead, and of course Jerome is going to be right on his gearbox, hoping to be able to make a move into turn 1. It's going to be interesting to see when he does start pulling away. Safety car is almost at the pit entry. And he's gone, Lee. And Jerome did get a good run. So we'll see if he's going to have a go. I think he is. Obviously he's going to have a go. And he doesn't in the end. He decides against it. He's going to try and exit. He doesn't.
Oh, Avanash! What happened there? Oh, looks like Ayub went and missed his braking zone, unfortunately.
Oh dear, Ayub is in third place at the minute though. And as I said, Dark Stomper is still in the lead, and we're going to stick with this lead battle at the minute. Fight the laugh down the inside of Vicky Combo, and up to 6th place. He's got to yeah, he's getting a wriggle on Lee. He wants that podium place back. Beckett is past Stu Vakar, and H Bosworth is still at the back, but he's now at the back with some company, so I'm sure he's going to be enjoying this race a lot more for the last few laps. Santi hit the wall, and Fight the Laugh right behind him, and he needs to. And that's Mix blocks him. He's hit the wall. Yeah, he's gonna have to reverse. Oh no!
Let's go for it, mate. That's it. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what he was planning on doing for the rest of that time.
I think unfortunately his rear left went and hit the wall. Unfortunately, he took too much out of the apex and spun him around. But I think Ayub might be going into the pits. Is he?
And well, Fight the Laugh, he's so close to the back of Santi at the moment. But he wasn't able to make up the position just yet. 6/10 separate the two leaders of this race, with a 3-second cushion or thereabouts behind them. Mixed boxing is left the session. There was a crash there. Beckett has been spun round towards the end of this race.
No damage, fortunately.
So still looking at this battle for the lead at the moment, with 3.5 laps to go in this race. What do we think is going to happen, Lee? Who is going to take victory for the second round? still very close. There's still no DRS. I think DRS is going to be activated at the end of this lap. It is. So he's now going to have DRS on Dark Stomper Lee. Are we going to see Iggy? Are we going to see Bite the Laugh having a go? No, he still hasn't got enough. So we'll just wait and see when we're going to come round again into Sector 3 and have a look. 203 comments on this video, Lee.
Many?
203. So that's impressive. 208 now. Don't worry, I can count. That's what it went from 3 to 8. 3/10 lead separates the leaders. Jerome is now starting to put the hammer down. Avinash, 3-second time penalty. Having an incident with Iggy. Iggy just can't seem to stay out of trouble, can he, Lee? Seems to follow him every single race for some reason. Bite the Laugh is still harassing the back of that gearbox of the AlphaTauri of Judd Santi. His temporary teammate for tonight crashed out very early on in the race. Still 0.2 of a second, Lee. I think he's got it this time. Bite the Laugh.
Oh, as you see, Young Lights is going for a move into
Oh, he does. Yep, Jerome, Young Lights is going to have a go, but Dark Stomper is fighting back. He's having none of it. He wants this win. He goes down the inside. They're going to give each other enough space. They do. And Dark Stomper gets traction out of the final corner. This is going to be an amazing battle. We've got 1.5 laps to go. Young Lights down the inside of the Renault driver. He breaks a little bit late. He makes the move, but he's going to do the switcheroo and then side by side through 4. I can't keep up, Lee. This is amazing. The Renault is still in the lead of this race. He doesn't want Jerome to have a double win in his bag at the start of the season. And we'll see if Dark Stomper can hold on. And preferably, he doesn't really want to be in front at this point, Lee. You want to sort of be where Jerome is at the moment. Especially on this track.
Yeah, well, would. Yeah, it's just one thing we need to wait and find out and see.
Yeah, we will, and there is still, at the moment, there's Avinash right on the back of the combat, up to 6th now. Still not about 10 places gained since the start of this race. That is not a bad performance. He's still got Santi ahead of him. We've got a few battles to look out for, but the cherry on the cake is this battle for the lead at the moment with Dark Stomper and Young Light, who is going to have another go. I'm pretty sure of it, which he is. And he passes him with a breeze before turn 1. I don't think Dark is going to fight it. No, he's not. He's going to wait. And I think, I'll be honest, I think the Renault is in prime position now, Lee, for the win of this race. We are on the last lap, but he has got battery left, and I don't know who wants to be in the lead for the final part of this race. Down the inside, Dark Stomper before the braking zone, and he gets the move done on the Alfa Romeo driver, but it's almost identical to the last lap, but it's a switch. It was a parody of the lap before, and there was a bit of a contact between Young Lights and Dark Stomper, and I don't know if he's had any wing damage there. He hasn't. I think he's got away lightly there. Very lucky indeed. We are on the 26th and final lap of LFR Tuesday night racing here in the streets of Baku, and we are seeing a fight for the lead, and I feel like this is going to be a stroll, and he's letting Jerome through. I am not surprised in the slightest. This is tactical. This is DRS. Tactical movement here in racing. This isn't very organic, I would say, but it's a part of Formula 1 these days, and we're going to see if he can have a Valtteri Lance Stroll drag to the line. Here we go. Strap yourselves in. One more full throttle to the line. Who's going to win? I got a feeling that Dark Stomper is going to stomp his way to victory. As it's so close, it is going to be a drag to the line. Who's going to win? Oh! I think it's Dark Stomper. It's Young Lights who has just won this race. I don't know what's happened there.
No.
Should we have a little look back at that, Lee?
In all honesty, as when I was looking at that, I was on board with Dark Stomper and was looking along at Young Lights. And I think it was about, Dark Stomper's about just a wee bit ahead, to be honest.